I'm Binnie Pasquier, and here's my poems. Elemental. If we're on a planet in time and place, is it that the planet lives within experience? I was born not breathing. The doctor reeled me in, coerced me to the brew that wraps the earth. Air as close as my mouth adds my voice to its mix, carries music on the breeze, touches doorways with its kiss. It's the space inside a coffin between my origin and me. As a girl, I'd swing to watch the earth approach, then drop away, feel lifted on the curve, until midpoint in the sky, at once ascent and fall, I imagined I was no different than the rest. I am moss and marble, clay laid by the stream. I sprout vervain bruises in the field. Dust and leaf rot, dead remains, soil pitted by the rain. Then trying hard to come back home like heavy waking from a dream, I let the chain slip through my hands and tumbled to the ground, scratched my face to make it bleed, sucked stones to keep my body one. At 17, I was a virgin lying naked by the fire in my first love's house, warmth around my body like a shawl. I raised a thigh to send the glint his way, be shown in red relief, the color of cardinals, roses, and silk. Here are my breasts, here the nerves, synapses, gaps that must be leaped. But flames play out in shadows, a dragon's angry hunting blackened cavern walls. Like witnesses to puppet play in Bali, recreating fearsome myth, we kept the screen between us, not believing we could hold back fire with a kiss. If there's death, may it be like water, fluid and pewter in a storm, wind announcer, shadow mover, mirror to the moon. I remember my father holding my hands in the waves. Everything depended on the deliberate sea. In the cloudy pond, I'll let my toes curl away from the bottom, keep my eyes open wide to see the ghostly light, blur my edges, water smoothing me first to silt, then to powder, weightless, ready to dissolve. Siren's Song. The ocean has perfect pitch and I a good ear to follow a moody repertoire. Rough, it has its way with me, or gently licks me silver. I turn cool as shade within beating sound, arms open, head thrown back, voice lifting over the break. Vagrant fossils. An old friend, California canyon hippie, hairline receded like the glaciers, says if we journeyed back 500 years, we'd vibrate at a different pitch and be invisible. We could see them only moving slowly as if through syrup. If mystics and physicists are right, time happens all at once. Little dust whirls spinning beside the dumpster could be land-shaping tornadoes. The gritty ridge of snow where the parking lot ends, a dinosaur's plated back. And the white tunnel of sycamores lining the highway, a bleached bone rib cage. I spend the bulk of time swimming in subconscious clutter and collective illusions of the past. Present only when a moment lifts and settles me in the sun's spread, and I breathe a gentle run of warm air, surprised and grateful as the first creature plucked from sea to earth. Forfeit. My brother is somehow glad that his wife has left, though he occasionally weeps and doesn't eat much. Now I have time, he says, to work on my art, take walks with the dog, sit zazen. Better to get it over now, before death happens by. It's all illusion anyway that we can be with another, that anything lasts here on earth. He has taken me into the northwestern woods. The truck is pulled off the dirt road, the new dog held tight on its leash. The marijuana burns my throat. After he says that if he chooses to die, it's not a reflection on me, I get a sickening, stony rush. The summer green begins to swirl. He makes me a bed on the weeds, and I look up at pine-drawn sky patches, close my eyes, and picture him gone. My brother's voice is deep and loamy, a well-worked claim to authority and due. Professorial, dictatorial, oracle voice, whether speaking of neighbors or dinner, sorrow, or God's karmic riff. Years ago, I told myself that Confucius would say, submit to the elder's attempt. So if he tells me now in his rich timbered logic, how can I grab him, shake his thin-down frame, and scream into his face, no, you can't leave. Yes, yes, impermanence. Yes, removal of pain. No fear left in not giving. No heart to sit raw. Yes, you will dwindle, you will ache, walk bored by the bay, not know what to draw, taste your mouth bleeding, but you gone leaves only one orphan of this weary line. It takes one with your blood to retell the myth that we are not born alone, but instead into a unit that is home. Ghosts and Gods in Multiple Mystery. Over Hong Kong, the white moon is all that speaks as one. Asia swarms with life forms, powdered and absorbed for health, for sex, for longevity. Fungus and lizard, antler and tar dull tongue, aqua-mottled giant fish sucked right off their bones, chalk blue birds kept for song. Heaven is rife with deities. For these old women sweep the temple floors, carpenters lay turquoise tile, monks empty boxes of silver coins. I burn incense, feel the fortune teller's fingers on my cheeks, can almost believe Tin Hao, goddess of South China Sea, takes oranges in lieu of drowning sailors, and that I'll go home to shrines among my garden lilies, put the aspects of my life in places accessed and honored. Here, the god of instinct, depicted by a taloned hand. There, just outside the gate, the shrine to my father, that he may watch us come and go. And a statue of snow for a girl grown cold, too logical for song.